It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it's when the string breaks on a Floyd Rose guitar and you have to change it. And of course I always change all of my strings, preferably. So I have not prepared anything. The locking pads are still on. The other strings are still here. I have prepared to have the cutter, the Allen wrench, the string winder, SB favorite brand for whatever reason, and a pack of strings. And I have the 10 to 46 Diodarios. Sponsor me now. Anyway, I will start this timer and see how long it actually takes for me to change strings on a Floyd Rose guitar. And I will play some song in the meanwhile just to make some soundtrack to it. So when I hit start here, it begins. Okay, you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Okay, then we start. Oi, I paused it now. So, or I can actually talk because what is going on here? Stupid plastic. I can talk about my approach to this because not everybody does it the same. First of all, I always change strings in my lap. I don't have a table or anything. I think that's stupid. But okay, if it's not for you, then of course go ahead. Let's open string pads. That's the first thing I usually do. Like this. And I drop the key a little bit. Okay, so it's open. And then I have then I go pair by pair. So this string here, down here, the A string, I will begin that one because it's broken, so it's obviously that one needs to go. And then I wind it off here, like this. I throw it away. We don't count the time it takes to. Then I tune down the string so it doesn't fly in my face. And I take the E string off. Now it's loose. I guess this needs to be loosened a little bit, like that, so I can actually grab it. Like that. Like that. And then then I put on those strings. Right now I have this little thing here, by the way, to keep the bridge level. But I will remove that as fast as I have put on these new strings. The one way to make things faster is to cut the ball-ends of 2 strings at once. And then I attach this. This needs to be, I'm very picky about this. I always want them to be as centered as possible in this little slot here, so that sometimes takes a little bit of time. And then I pull this in here. And okay, I will show on the next string what I usually do with strings. Some people do things differently, but I do this in this way. And just getting tension up, and I'm checking the tune here. Close enough. Then I cut it like that. Time for the next string. Okay, I will try to remember to show this time what I'm doing with the string length. This is a normal thing to do. There's nothing magic about it. But if you check here on the headstock, I go in here, I put this there, and I stretch it out. Then I do about that and back, because then there's enough material on the string so that it can actually wind itself up. And that is not what you want to do with locking tuners, for example, but this is not locking tuners, so it doesn't apply here. Let's do the tuning. Okay, I have an E there. Cut this. Okay. Now I can remove this little blocking thing here, because now I have string tension on all. How do I get it out? Okay, away with you. So now I have string tension there, so it's fairly level. Next string, and I will turn down the string tension, and I will do. And usually I try to aim so the whole of the tuner is facing this way, so it's easy to put the strings in. And then I take off here. Actually, I realized something that I forgot to do. That is that I need to put the arm back in the guitar, actually, because I cannot be holding it up like this. Here, this was not attached, so let's put this back there. Okay, so then I can do that, so I can actually have better access to that. And then I'll just draw this out of here like this, shoof, and then I take the appropriate strings, and here we go, cut this off, shoof, and I could actually go ahead and, I forgot where I put that one. I'm holding this up here to make sure it's possible to even reach the screw thing, which can also be done in another way. I can actually just turn up the string tension here on another few strings to keep it up a little bit. Now I can reach it. Of course, it doesn't help with having this in the way either. But that's my own fault. That's not the design of the bridge. Okay, make sure that it's. Well, these are starting to be a bit. I've had this bridge since I built the guitar, but the saddles are new. They are from the bridge itself is actually an original Floyd Rose, but the saddles comes from a Goto. What are they called? The 1996, whatever, something like that bridge. I don't remember exactly the model number in my head. And so they are compatible with each other. And I'd rather go with the Goto saddles for whatever reason. They are a bit smoother, they are rounder, so they are more comfortable to have your arm on. Not that it actually matters that much. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still a. If you want to be picky about something and get some comfort, then go with the Goto parts. They are more comfortable. Cut this off. Okay. Okay, everything is like very not in tune here. There was no reason for me to actually do that before, but I'm not used to do this while filming at the same time. And aiming the hole. There we go. Now, off with these ones. And this setup also, of course, includes. Actually, I just said that I will change the strings, but I realized that I'm in another tuning. So right now this guitar is in half step down, and the idea for me now, and that is because with Blaze of Stone we're gonna play half step down. But I want to use this live with bronze soon. So I will have to retune it to E standard, but I will not do that on this video. I will just tune it up to E, to half step down, and then after this I will well, I can do another video to see how long it takes to retune a Floyd Rose, because that's another whole universe to discover. Yeah, these they have been around for a long time, so eventually I will have to buy some replacement parts for this. but it doesn't really make it work any significant in it doesn't hurt the performance of the bridge that much really, so it's not a big problem. Eventually I will actually put some Planet Waves locking tuners on this guitar. And people will say, oh, but you have a locking nut here, so why do you need locking tuners? Well, if it's regular locking tuners, I could actually agree with that. It's not that big of a difference because you still have to cut your strings. But with the Planet Waves or the D'Addario locking tuners, I think they're called D'Addario nowadays, they cut the strings for you automatically when you're winding up the string, which is a time saver. And that could actually be a cool update. However, I also like that I actually have some tuners from an old... these tuners are actually from the 80s, so they look really beat up and used, so they kind of fit the vibe of the guitar, and if I put some new tuners on the guitar, they will not fit the vibe of the guitar, but of course I will be using it, so eventually they will look like shit again. Okay, time to cut the last string. There we go. Yeah, but now I need to tune this, because look at this fucking bridge here. That is not properly, it's not supposed to be like, it's supposed to be flat. So now it's time to tune this, and my favorite tuner is actually... Wow, that was tuned up. My favorite tuner is actually in the Bogren amp knob plugin, or the desktop version of it. Somehow that is one of the more accurate tuners I've ever come across. And so maybe I should... and we're not gonna check the time it takes to intonate this today. That is for... I think that intonation should be fine, because on the Floyd Rose bridge they don't move anywhere anyway. Wow, there's a lot to do with the tuners on the Floyd Rose guitar, let's just say that. And stretch the strings a bit. And the thing with this guitar is that I can actually put it in a dive mode only, which makes tuning way easier. But right now it's in a floating mode, because I decided like, I want to have it in a floating mode for once. That's not... What's going on here? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Was this tuned to E10? Was this already tuned to E? Well then, I'm wasting time here. Look at, now the bridge is all the way... Oh wait, maybe this is supposed to be in E standard, after all. Let's go back to E standard then. Okay, so this puts on a lot of time for me, because I made a mistake here. I forgot that this was in... this was already in E standard, I think. Wow, what a mistake. Mina! Yes! The guitar was already in E standard, and I just thought it was the half step down, so I'm getting a worse result on my video.
Oh no.
Yeah. Look. Ah, it was already in E standard. Okay. Cool. Well, how should I know? Well, I'm doing my best.
Maybe checking the tuner.
Before I start, you mean?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I just assumed that I had the tuners one to be with Blaze of Stone. But okay, bridge is fairly level, but it could be a little better. So let's tune a little bit back there. Yeah, now we're on the right track. Okay, so now let's lock the tuners, the locking pad here, and give it a test go. I will turn on the guitar amp so I can actually test it with some sounds. And after the locking tuners are on, the locking pads, sorry, I need to check the tuning again, because when you're clamping it down, it can actually affect the tuning a little bit, and you need to use the fine tuning. Does it give it a sound? On with the speakers. A little bit out of tune. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. I assume that the food is finished because I heard. What? Okay. Okay. Well, I call this, okay, let's say about 16, 17 minutes. Maybe 15 if I wasn't screwing around with the wrong tuning for a little while there. But the string change is done, and if I'm just checking this a bit quickly, yeah, the bridge seems to be very level with the body. Let's check tuning again. Let's do that with these. Yeah. There we go. Okay, seems to hold tuning pretty well, and thanks for watching. Yeah, I don't have to change the tuning. Great, bye.